through this creation of debt. Oh, you owe us this based on the interest, which is usury, which is also against the law. So since you owe us something that you'll never be able to pay, I'll take that. I'll take that land there. I'll take all those houses there. I'll take that island over there. This is how they're taking everything. See that?
You know, you said it's usually when you're in debt. What would the other circumstance be like? Would it just be like a job? Because that's how I envisioned it. Like,
well, if someone is a servant, he agrees. You understand? Because usually, if you are given your services to this person in particular, this person has some wealth that can help you out after you're free.
So it's like a job.
It's like a job today. So what they've done is they've turned employment into a systematic servitude and made it as if you're not even thinking that you're going to be a slave, but that's what you are. You are a human resource. That's a servant.
So at the end of that 7 years, he might have enough money to chill and buy his own little house somewhere, like retire or something.
Yeah. After 7 years.
I was doing it to 7
years. Yeah. And usually there was a law. So if you are working with this person and they love you as you become part of the family almost. So when you go out that 7 years, they're going to make sure you're okay.
Yes. You
done developed yourself. You done established yourself. And now you can start building for yourself. And if somebody else is down on what's going on with them, like, okay, I can pull you up and you can work in my house for 6 years and we're going to build you up in which you can do on your own too.
Is that what was meant to happen to us when we fell? On serve our enemies for 7 years, really?
Under the law, we were only supposed to serve for a 6-year period and be released the 7th year. Under the law. Even in Europe, and that just didn't apply to Israel, other nations, even Europe had a law of what you would call indentured servitude, in which you would agree to work for a certain time, but you were taken care of. You provided a service that in turn allowed them to grow even greater. Now just think about this. How big are these corporations now that they were able to get almost 200 years of slavery for absolutely nothing from over 1 million people and over many generations? That's how the corporations become so powerful. It started off with having a servant serve systematically from generation to generation. This is how corporations began. I mean, think about what you could do if you have just one person living in your house and which can actually do whatever you want him to do for 7 years, 6 years, and you don't have to pay him nothing. How much can you make strictly off of that? Now think about that and say, suppose it's a whole nation, a whole people, millions of people. I can get to work for nothing for about 100 years. And everything they produce, I can sell in the open market, stock market, which I control. Just giving you, I'm just trying to bring this in a way that you all can understand the world we're in and how it's entirely separate from the laws of the Most High. Every man was born to be free.
Is that another reason why the other nations are now catching it now? Is what they did.
Yeah. Now all the nations, because they didn't show us any mercy. It tells us that in Joel, the 3rd chapter. Because they did these things to us knowingly. It wasn't in ignorance. They knew exactly who we were. Now the Most High is turning the hell on all of them. Now they're indebted to the world powers while we're being set free. You understand? You can't do too much to us anymore. We're used to it. We're being set free now. Now your country is about to be taken. Your wealth is about to be taken. The same people whom you was in bed with, who you agreed to take down the children of Israel with, are now going after you while we're being released. Right? Where are you? Where are you? Okay, we're at Leviticus. Exodus 21 and 2, right? Go ahead.
Exodus 21:3. If he came in by himself, he shall go out by himself. If he were married, then his wife shall go out with him. Verse 4. If his master has given a wife, and she had borne him sons or daughters, the wife and her children shall be her masters, and he shall go out by himself.
So here's the deal. If you didn't got a relationship and children in that, everything that happened under that with the children is still under the master now. So he got a choice. Now, you know, I don't want to lose my family right here. Read.
Verse 5. And if the servant shall plainly say, I love my master.
So if he say, listen, this guy is the best guy I've ever been around. He take care of me, he look out for me, and I don't want to leave this guy. Read.
My wife and my children, I will not go out free.
I will not go out free. I decide to stay with him. To let you know this wasn't no hard bondage here. This was a friendship. Okay, the master had laws, the master of the house of righteousness. Read.
Next one.
Go ahead.
Then his master shall bring him unto the judges.
So if he agreed that he just want to stay, now you have to have witnesses to decree this, because everyone is looking at the fact that the seventh year, this guy is supposed to be released. So now he have to go to the judges and say what?
He shall also bring him to the door, or unto the doorpost, and his master shall bore his ear through with
In all.
With the awl.
He put a hole in his ear, read.
And he shall serve him forever.
That was the significance of the piercing of the ear and putting that ring in. So that everyone will know that he's with this servant as a sign forever. He's stuck to that house. So that was a signet of perpetual servitude to one house. This is how other people knew that, okay, that family is not attached to the law of Jubilee. They're not let free. They have volunteered themselves to stay with one house. That was the sign of the awling or the piercing of the ear. And you would have a ring in your ear. Now, in servitude in America, it came on the other side, where they had branding for your master, and they would put an awl through your ear and through your nose at some point, and put a small chain to it. And they would hold you. Sometimes they would take the rope and hold it there where you have to stay there, and if you pull, you would actually rip your ear or rip your nose apart. So America and the Western world started taking this on the next level, but it was still a sign of what? Servitude. So now they made it fashion. Oh yeah, I'm a slave. Look, these earrings are nice. And the women, listen child, you seen those earrings? And everyone is celebrating and not knowing that it's actually an agreement of servitude. And isn't it amazing how everything have been turned backwards? And then you see these football players, I'm going to let you in. You see these football players, they doubling it. They sit there with two big rocks up in their ear. It's incredible. And they don't know, no sooner as they join these sports, the powers who control their money get together with all their elite buddies and rob these athletes blind. They get introduced to quote unquote investors, and they're all in bed together to rob these athletes. You are in servitude. Yeah, I got the best jewelry. I know somebody who can do your jewelry. Oh, I know somebody who can do your nails, and they all in bed together. And these athletes, they all with the big chains, big earrings, straight slaves. And these investors and the powers who are using them are laughing them to scorn. What you were saying there?
I was gonna say that's so. Is that why it says in Ezekiel 16:12, the Most High will put earrings in our ear as a sign that we serving Him?
Let's get it. Go ahead.
Verse 10. Ezekiel chapter 16, verse 10. I clothed thee also with broidered work, and shod thee with badger skin, and I girded thee about with fine linen, and I covered thee with silk. I decked thee also with ornaments, and I put bracelets upon thy hands, and a chain upon thy neck. I put a jewel on thy forehead, and earrings in thine ears, and a beautiful crown upon thine head. Thou wast decked with gold and silver, and thy raiment was fine linen and silk embroidered work. Thou didst eat fine flour and honey and oil, and thou wast exceeding beautiful, and thou didst prosper into a kingdom.
Read.
Verse 14. And thy renown went forth among the heathen for thy beauty, for it was perfect through my comeliness, which I have put upon thee, saith the Most High Ahia.
So when it goes down, it tell you that we lost it all. But yes, that was actually talking about us serving the Most High instead of men. You are correct. But that was the example that you would go before the judges, get your ear bored, and that was a sign that everyone knew in the Old Testament. That was a sign others knew that you were released from the Jubilee agreement. Okay, they would know that you made an agreement to stay with that master, with the boring of the ear, or the awl that was stuck through the ear. Okay? All right, what time is it here? Okay. One moment here. One other thing I wanted to go over.